How's it going, everyone? It's been a while. I got a few minutes to wait to get my getting some good old barbecue right down the street right here. And I apologize for the lack of videos. I mean, once a week, I guess, is sufficient for most people. But with my crappy production value, I usually would post like 2 or 3 times a week. But I just been super busy. There's a lot to unravel, so I'll just, not to bore you to death, just break it down. Try to keep things positive. But life life is such, and things are going to happen, so a lot to unpack. First and foremost, my father-in-law, he got he was having a lot of health problems over the past X amount of months. I can't remember if I even talked about it in previous videos, but anyways, I can't remember. He was having, I would say, the past like 6 to 8 months, his health has been declining quite a bit. And because of that, he ended up actually going to the ICU. This was, I think, over a month ago. I think my dates are mixed up. A month or about 6 weeks ago. Anyway, he was having some kidney failure. He's got gout. He has an ear infection. He has low blood pressure. After that, he recovered and got put in a nursing home for a few weeks. And then after that, he got discharged back at home with my mother-in-law, who's primarily taking care of him. But even after that, they had like 2 scares. Back to the ER again. His blood pressure was dropped very, very low, almost unresponsive, and it's just been a very trying time for my mother-in-law, especially for my wife, for me, for everyone. So trying to keep positive, but it just kind of goes to show you that you can't take life for granted, and I count my blessings every day. We all have good and bad days, and that's completely normal to want to complain. I mean, it's not a competition to complain. If you want to complain about something, you can complain. Someone always has it worse. That doesn't make your situation any less significant if you're going through something. Nonetheless, it does put things into perspective. So keep my fingers crossed on that. Other than that, let me try to think. Bres Birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll be we're going to drive to Southern California. I have one sister down there. We're going to celebrate her 3rd birthday. Her 1st birthday, we're actually going to go to Texas, where primarily my family is. But due to the COVID measures and all that, they dropped the hammer right before, and I'm not going to deal with that nonsensical stuff with the masks and all that crap. So you guys already know how I adamantly feel about that. So it's going to be a good time. We rented an Airbnb. It's got a pool table. It's got a pool, and we're just going to relax. It's going to be a good time. My mom, my dad are going to be there. Like I said, one of my sisters from SoCal is going to be there with her, my brother-in-law, her 2 kids, my 2 nephews who are getting older. One of my good friends, he was the best man at my wedding, along with one of my groomsmen, is gonna make the trip. So I'm really looking forward to it, especially just for me to unwind, but also obviously for Bree. It's gonna be wonderful. One thing I do not regret, but how do I put it? Growing up, I grew up around a lot of my family, a lot of my cousins, and Bree has, unfortunately, she's met a lot of her aunts, my sisters, but I just want to create a lot more memories with family, because she is an only child, and I want to fulfill and make sure that she has a good child. I mean, she has a good childhood, but I want her to have these rich memories. So that's very important, because she is a very top priority. And speaking of Brie, before I depart, because I gotta get this food, because I don't like to have my food cold, is this kid has been hitting her at daycare. She's almost turning 3, and once they turn 3, they go to a different classroom, so she won't have to deal with him. But that's not the point of the main point of it. I don't want her to. I want these problems to be solved, and I'm kind of a little bit upset, and I got to try to be objective, but it's hard to be objective when it's your own kid. Now, kids are going to be kids, especially at 2, but that one day she had a bad day. There was an accident where she got hit in her nose and was like bleeding. I don't think that was from the kid. I hope not, unless they're trying to cover it up. I'm not sure. And that same day, another kid bit her. And then after that, the same kid has been constantly hitting her, not to the point where there's marks, but she would tell me, I would say, "How was your day?" Or right when I take her to daycare, early in the morning, she will say, "I hope I don't get hit, Daddy. I hope I don't get hit, Daddy, today." And then that just breaks my heart, and it pisses me off. So I went to the director, and I told her what steps are going to be taken, because my kid is not going to be a punching bag. Try to keep it cordial, try to keep it professional, but enough is enough. And the one thing that pissed me off is that the director and I said, "What do you guys do? Like, do you guys put the kid in timeout if they do something?" "No, we do something called a redirection." It's just another, just these quote professional terms that they use, where they grab the child, and then they redirect them to supposedly distract them. To me, it's like a lack of discipline, and I don't want to turn this into a complete rant, but she said, "We don't put them in timeouts because we don't like to single out the kid." I'm thinking in my head, this is not about singling out a kid. This is about correcting a behavior that keeps occurring, and obviously the kid's parents were notified, and they're obviously not disciplining the kid enough, and he's lashing out. Because I know if my daughter did that and bit another kid, she would be, now no kid's perfect, trust me, she would be put in timeout and she'd be reprimanded quickly, and that behavior would stop. And this kid has been doing it to multiple children. He's a troublemaker. My daughter Bree finally told me who it was, and every time I go there, I want to talk to the kid. I don't know if that's inappropriate, but I'm not gonna punk the kid. But I feel like saying, "Hey kid, stop hitting everyone, especially my kid, and stop hitting." Someone needs to tell. So they do this redirection, and it just doesn't make sense. I told the director, I said, how is worrying about a kid being, quote, singled out take priority over a kid that's getting hit? It's just like, it's unbelievable. Now, my daughter, if she was a little bit older, and I don't want to get myself in trouble or anything, but I will teach her how to defend herself when necessary, because she's not going to be a punching bag. But at this age, it's a fine line. You got to be very careful, because she can't comprehend. She doesn't have the capacity, the mental faculty to comprehend and decipher when you, if indeed, need to defend yourself and when not to. Because if I teach her to hit back right now, what's going to happen when she has any small disagreement, any small thing where a kid grabs a toy? She might smack a kid, and I don't want her to do that. Violence should be the last resort. I don't believe in violence. However, I don't believe in punching bags either, or I don't believe in being a human punching bag. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but this is a very vital time. These formative years as kids, their brains are sponges, and they absorb everything. I don't want her having anxiety all the time because she's worried about a kid. I want her to have the self-confidence, and she's gonna have it, trust me, but she's very timid at times, and that's gonna come with time. But anyways, that's my time, 8 minutes. I gotta get my food right now. I'm rambling too much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient with everything. I'll try to get out some more videos, give you updates on other stuff. There's some housing stuff, blah 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 blah. It's boring. I'll talk to you later. Bye.